Hey, what's up guys? Josh
and Alisha
with Terradrift, and today we're on the search for the perfect trail to tavern boot.
You know, that boot that you just have to have for any sort of adventure-based travel where, I don't know, you might be hanging out in the city a little bit, but you're definitely gonna be doing some hiking while you're there. So what's that one boot that can do all of it?
It can truly be an elusive thing.
You know, boots that are fashionable and nice looking don't usually tend to translate well to the trail and vice versa.
But we found a few boots that might just fit the bill.
I'd wear most of them. I'd wear all of them.
Let's pull out our first one.
This is the Vivobarefoot Magna Trail 2. And you may have seen that we have reviewed the original version of these shoes before and absolutely love them. I am a big fan because they are streamlined, they're simple black, there's not a lot of color and design features really popping here, so they can be worn with anything. And not only are they barefoot shoes, which I love, they're also very muddy right now. That's how you know we tested them. But the tread is nice and durable so that you can take them hiking, rock scrambling, you name it, and still be able to wear them with your jeans when you go out to dinner in the evening. Honestly, when I only want to take like one pair of shoes, these are the ones that I take. They honestly feel like a do-it-all boot, and I love them.
Yeah, she really does take these on every trip.
I do. Naturally, they are barefoot shoes, so if you're not used to that, it may be a little strange, the transition period, and they might not be your favorite boots if you're not into that sort of thing, or you really like, you know, built up footbeds and arch support, but I love these. I'm a big fan. They seem like they sit at the perfect intersection of comfort, style, and adventure. Also, the version 2 got some excellent and well-needed upgrades from the 1, so I like these even better than the original.
But before we move on to our next boot, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future outdoor education or gear review videos.
Yes, please.
Next up, we have the Palladium Pampa Travelite Plus waterproof boot.
Those are sleek.
These boots are made out of 100% recycled materials. They're waterproof. They have a flexible upper. The sole, again, muddy because we tested these actually, is super grippy, which is great for all kinds of terrain. And the cool thing about the Palladium boots is they're actually based on an army boot design.
So you know that they're designed for, you know, like lots of walking.
So these are pretty lightweight. I'll put the weight on the screen. And the shoes tend to run a little bit large, so you do want to take that into account when you're buying. I wear a 9.5, and the 9.5 is just a smidge large unless I'm wearing like a really thick sock. So this particular boot I would probably wear more on trail than in town, but perfectly suited for both with a pair of jeans.
I mean, I think it's got some serious like street style aspects to it, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't think you were weird if you were wearing these around town. That's all I'm saying.
So there you have it.
That said, if that one's a little too rugged looking outdoorsy for you and you're planning slightly more urban adventures with maybe a few hikes on the side, the Pampa High HTG supply boot from Palladium might be better suited for you. Now these are great because obviously they're that classic combat boot design that like has never gone out of style that I'm aware of. It's certainly in style now, but the upper is made of organic cotton canvas, which makes them super sustainable. They're way lighter than a lot of combat boots that we have seen. Because it has that nice canvas upper, it's really soft and pliable and easy to wear and move in. They're comfortable, and you can definitely take these on some moderate to easy hikes around town. Basically, they wouldn't be that difficult to cram in your carry-on. They wouldn't weigh down your bag very much. And it's a pretty decent all-purpose boot if you have, we'll say, softer adventures planned.
I mean, who doesn't love a classic canvas combat boot?
I mean, I freaking do. I've started wearing these all over town. I mean, like, they might not even get to see the trail because I'm gonna wear them out before then.
Next up, we have the Astral Pisgah. Now, these boots look a little bit more like a traditional hiking boot, but they're still gonna look great with a pair of jeans.
Or like a nice pair of trail-to-town hiking pants.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'd walk around like New York City in them in a business suit, but Jackson Hole, Wyoming, or Durango, Colorado, oh yeah, Like, these are as stylish as you're gonna spot on the street, honestly.
One of the things I love about this boot is the super deep tread and the sticky rubber, which makes sense because Astral makes a lot of shoes for water-based activities. These are made out of recycled materials and they're waterproof. I found the sizing on these to be a little bit weird. I usually wear a 9.5. These are a 10. I could have gone to a 10.5, only because my toes came a little bit close to the end of the boot. So when you're hiking downhill, you want that extra room so your toes don't slam into the front of the shoe.
Which is funny because I found the women's sizing right about on point. So maybe there's just a little difference there.
So these have a really natural feel to them, so walking in them is very comfortable, super light, very minimal arch.
Suitable for backpacking, hiking, stomping through creeks. So if you're spending more time on trails and city streets, this boot is probably gonna be the one you're gonna wanna gravitate for. It's a more technical boot than it is, I don't know, a stylish boot. Although frankly, I think it looks pretty dang good. Last up, we have the Boulder boot from Lems. Now this was my first time testing out a pair of shoes or boots from Lems, and I was impressed. These boots feel like putting on a slipper. The inside of the boot just sort of swaddles your feet. It's fantastic. They're zero drop, so that helps. They're not overly squishy, is what I'm saying. They're not like that, like a slipper, but they're like comforting like a slipper and very soft and pliable. The soles are very flexible, and while the soles on these aren't the most aggressive for intense hikes, they do make a version of this boot with a more aggressive tread, like deeper lugs, that sort of thing. So if you do plan on doing more hiking than like hanging out at cafes, those may be the best option for you. But these are fantastic because they have a wide toe box. They're comfortable for all day use because it's zero drop. It has a very natural walking feel. And frankly, I'm here for like the lumberjack vibes these are giving off.
They go excellently with your flannel.
Yeah, you bet they do. Actually, they really, really match yours. I mean, with the yellow in there inside the...
Maybe I should get some.
You probably should get some. But if we're talking comfort, these boots are top of this list of footwear. Basically, no matter what sort of adventurous travel you have planned around the US or the world or whatever it is you're doing, wherever you're going, there is a perfect boot out there for your adventure.
We hope we helped you find it.
If we did, let us know in the comments below.
Watch some of these other videos that we know you'll enjoy.
And then shod your feet in comfy footwear that's also versatile and wander on.